Rashad, Jamal, you ain't think I was gonna find out? This whole entire time you've been sitting in front of a laptop while your whole following believes that you were sitting behind bars in a jail cell?
Man, grand rising to the collective. Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps collective grow, helps collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate y'all collective. Shout out to y'all again. Hope you're having a smooth 7. If you're watching on your TV, whatever the case is, I wish you a smooth 7 as well. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. But I appreciate y'all, man. Let me know how y'all doing today. Let me know how y'all feeling. Let me know what's new. Let me know if y'all got anything y'all got coming up that you excited for. Shit. Let me know if there's something, if you're going through something and you want to get it off your chest. Like, this is a spot for you to do that. We all here for you, man. And as y'all know, I do like to shout y'all out. I like to show y'all some love. I like to give y'all some love. Send everybody your way. Come check you out if you got content. Whatever you do, I want to go ahead and promote that. So, today's shout out will go out to Daria. Shout out to you. Appreciate you. Hope you having a smooth 7. I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all know what it is, man. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
Okay, I've just got off the phone with Ethan Guo, the 19-year-old pilot that's been detained in Antarctica, and it's not looking good. Firstly, for anyone that doesn't know, Ethan is trying to raise $1 million for research by becoming the first person ever to fly to all 7 continents solo. He's been traveling for over 360 days and only has 1 continent left, the one that he's currently detained on, Antarctica. And if you're thinking, detained by who? No one owns it. Well, that's where things get tricky, because on the 28th of June, he took off from Chile heading to Argentina when he says the weather conditions got so bad he had to declare an emergency and divert to land at Tennant Marsh, which is a public airfield in Antarctica. And when he did, everything seemed okay. You know, he was met by a fire response team, and after a bit of a conversation and an hour later, they said he was clear to take off again, but he should file a new flight plan with the control tower. However, before he could, another group of people, this time in black clothing, approached him and said he was under arrest. He would only later find out that this was the Chilean Navy. After arresting Ethan, they searched his plane, moved it into a hangar, and then later that night they took his phone, they strip searched him, and then placed him in a room under guard supervision and did not allow him to contact the consulate or use Wi-Fi. Now here is where things get crazy, because Chile has been trying to claim this part of Antarctica since 1940, about a year after World War II broke out. But under the Antarctic Treaty, which they also signed in 1961, no country can claim sovereignty over Antarctica. So that begs the question, what legal basis do they have to apply Chilean law to a non-citizen outside of Chile? And that's not to mention that Ethan declared an emergency to land, which in the aviation world typically grants you immunity from laws and repercussions pending an investigation. From their perspective, they are saying that Ethan lied about the emergency, saying that his social media posts about his goal trying to land on all 7 continents suggests evidence for intent rather than a real emergency. And now things have got real bad. He said that they've now placed a 90-day travel ban on him from leaving Chile while they investigate. Problem is though, he's not in Chile, and he can't even get there because he says that they won't allow him to fly the plane and there's no boats or planes to get back there for months. He says he can't even leave the Navy barracks without someone having to go with him. So he's now stuck in Antarctica in peak winter, hoping that his legal team can somehow get him out. But at least he's got his phone back now, so I'll keep speaking with him and keep you guys updated as we know more.
Hey, that's a twisted ass story. I'm gonna go ahead and say, he was trying to fly. He was trying to land for emergency purposes, not for intent. What y'all think? That shit was for emergency, bro. That was not for that wasn't intentional. I ride with him. I think he telling the truth. Do y'all believe him? For real, do y'all believe him? Y'all say we need one person to go do it. One person went to go do it. So let's ride with him. I'm going to say it was an emergency exit. Not intentional. He wanted to emergency land. It wasn't intentional. He's not there to look at nothing. He there to try to... He said what he was there for. He just wanted to land the plane. Emergency wise. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Spam it up. But me, I'm going to say it was emergency landing. We need more like this. I'm just playing.
Here's your bad news for today. As of this week, July 7th, the Criminal Justice Act panel, which is the group of attorneys who act as court-appointed attorneys for defendants in the federal courts who cannot afford attorneys on their own. The whole Miranda rights thing, you have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you by the government. The funds have dried up. Those attorneys are no longer being paid. Your right to a defense attorney is gone, unless the kind hearts of those court-appointed attorneys will do it for free. But the government is supposed to be paying for it, and those funds are gone, and there is no plan to get them rolling again. So we have lost our Miranda rights.
Scary. That's scary.
Has anyone else played Red Redemption 2? You know how when you finish the game, you play as somebody else. No spoilers. You play as someone else in the epilogue. And like, you know it's not really the game. You know it's just been added there because like the ending was super sad and you're really sad that the game has ended. So they're giving you this little bit of extra time to enjoy the space before it's completely gone. Are we in an epilogue right now?
Did you know that Avicii had a single ready to drop just before he that never got released, called Dun Diddy? Swedish DJ Avicii passed away in 2018. It was reported that he had allegedly taken his own life with a broken wine bottle, but Avicii's passing has never sat right with the whole world, still to this day, and this is where things start to get suspicious. Before he passed, Avicii had started to expose Hollywood. He had also tried to expose P. Diddy for sex, which kind of makes you wonder what was in that unreleased song. Avicii had started to drop a lot of symbolism, even right up until that very last song. In the music video for Better Days, you see a van being driven out with people in the back. Billionaires pull up to choose who they want. You then see kids running away, running through the desert. This video was a scream for 6 months later, Avicii had... This is where it gets even more suspicious. Avicii was allegedly working on a documentary called The Silent Children. The documentary was set to expose Hollywood and all of the... He then wasn't working alone. Also allegedly working on this documentary was Chester Bennington from Linkin Park. He was then also found self-inflicted. American singer Chris Cornell was also allegedly working on this documentary. He was also found self-inflicted. Anthony Bourdain, also working with them. Guess what? Also found self-inflicted. Now, while some people call this nothing more than a conspiracy, every single person who was allegedly working on that documentary is now no longer here to tell the tale. The fact is, Avicii did suffer from anxiety and depression. He struggled in the industry. He was overworked and he was battling the dark side of fame. By 2016, he'd even chosen to retire from touring. He was done. Isn't it suspicious that every time we hear of a celebrity trying to expose the industry, they vanish? It's a shame, because he was a legend.
Should we be concerned? First time in 666 years. Halloween this year on 2025. It's gonna fall on a Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th, Halloween. First time in 666 years. I think we all should be concerned. What do y'all think? Should there be concern?
It shouldn't, but if we do, we're gonna manifest some bullshit.
Something's going on. Something is going on. My daughter lives near Collierville, Tennessee. She went into a Walmart to do some shopping today, which she rarely does. And they were removing all the meat from the counters, putting it in shopping carts and putting it in the back. And she stopped one of them and she's like, hey, I need a roll of that hamburger. Yeah, we can't sell you this meat. She was like, why? And he's all, I don't know. We were told to remove it all from the counters and we're not allowed to sell it. So she's like, whatever. So she walks over to the dairy counter where, you know, the cheese is and all that. No eggs, no milk, all removed off the shelf. So she's like, nah. She found somebody. She's like, get me a manager out here. A manager came out, and my daughter's like, what's going on? Like, he wouldn't let me buy hamburger meat. I need to get milk. I need to get eggs. And he's like, we received a memo this morning at our morning meeting, and we were told to remove all of this from all the shelves and not to sell any of it to the customers. My daughter was like, why? And he's like, I don't know. We don't have a reason. We were just told to say we're not allowed to sell it. My daughter goes to another Walmart down there. Same shit. Why are they removing all the meat and all the dairy off the shelves and not allowing people to buy them?
Either something wrong with it or nothing's wrong with it. Both scary.
So I got an update on the attack that happened at Walmart today. Apparently there was a man that attacked a woman and was biting her. The police have shut down the Walmart. They put up ropes. Nobody's allowed to go in. I believe that they might be contact tracing. It could be some type of virus or something. I don't know. I live right down the street from the Walmart, so I can literally see it. And they got all kinds of personnel there. They got people in hazmat suits. It's getting a little weird. But they haven't made any statements about it yet. They haven't said anything about it. So we're just sitting here waiting. But I got a feeling something ain't right. Something weird just happened at that Walmart. But I'll keep you guys updated. Stay safe. Love you guys.
Again, man, why always weird shit happens at Walmart? I asked y'all before, why we always see the most craziest people, some of the most craziest shit, some of the most wildest things, demonic people. I told y'all I didn't came across people who then followed me around Walmart, and then when they felt the energy off me, like, oh, they leave. I even had people where I feel like they trying to get that energy out of me in Walmart, whether they invaded my space, whether they kind of on something and they just not in the right head space, right? You know what I mean? Walmart is like a hub for dangerous, weird, and crazy shit to happen. I feel like that. Let me know if y'all feel like that. Spam it up. Hopefully it ain't no zombie type shit.
Alright, so an update on what happened at the Walmart. Our mayor came on at 2:30 and said that there was an incident at the Walmart. That everything is under control and handled. He wants the people that were at the Walmart when the incident occurred to contact local authorities because there could have been some type of contaminant in the air. I don't know. He didn't specify if it was a bacteria or a virus or a fungus. He didn't specify. He just asked if the people that were at the Walmart would contact their local law enforcement or health department. And I was at that Walmart. I'm not going nowhere, bro. I'm telling you, now the National Guard is posted up there. We have all kinds of National Guard here in Tennessee, and there is a couple army trucks out there, and they are fully suited up in NBC suits. And if you don't know what that is, Google it. But this is starting to get a little freaky. Like I said, I literally live right down the street from this Walmart, and it's starting to freak me out. You know, nobody has been allowed inside the Walmart. Like I said, I don't know if people have been allowed outside of the Walmart. Now they are doing contact tracing. Obviously, there is something going on, and I ain't having that shit. The mayor asked specifically, anybody that was at the Walmart of the time of the attack, please call your local law enforcement or health department.
Airborne, though. They put it in the air.
All right, y'all. So, I'm going to be honest with you. I was 100% hesitant to post this video. Like, I was completely hesitant, and that's only because when I tell y'all this story, this absolutely abundantly true and shocking as hell story that happened to me and my mama. one of the two things is gonna happen. The reason why I was hesitant. Number one, all of y'all, even the ones that support me, y'all gonna look at me like I lost my ever-loving rabbit ass and once y'all hear this shit. But sorry that I gotta break it to you. I seen it with my own goddamn eyes. And another thing why I was so hesitant about it is because I don't know if the FBI is gonna be after me after I done, you know, after everything is said and done. So with that being said, I want to tell y'all this story. I really do. So with that being said, I will get into that shortly after I come home. And to the little goofy ass FBI that's watching this shit, just so y'all know, number one, I don't know where this shit came from. That's number one. Number two, I don't know what kind of species that fucking was, alright? So don't be coming after me talking about something. What did you see? What did you do? It was random. So now we got that out the way. Do y'all want to hear this story?
Hell yeah.
They needed a cover story. So instead of admitting that dragons, giants, or hybrid creatures once walked the earth, they gave us a new fairy tale and big dumb lizards. No intelligence, no cities, no culture, just animals who died in a meteor strike. Convenient, right? A made-up past to hide a very real one. Why lie about dinosaurs? Because if you can control the past, you control the present. Dinosaurs helped push the theory of evolution, that humans came from sludge and monkeys, that we're random, that there's no creator, no higher purpose, just chaos and extinction. It also helps erase Tartaria, the old world, the giants, the real power structures. Why does every ancient culture mention dragons, but not one ever mentions dinosaurs? Could it be that dinosaurs are the great modern myth, a carefully crafted distraction? To keep us from looking deeper, to keep us from uncovering the giants, the dragons, the reset, and the truth buried beneath our feet.
Shout out to Minnie. I wanted to hear more of that. I don't know why it cut out. I don't know if she actually finished that video or if it was like, she made it like that, but I need to hear more. But I see so many comments and people be like, bro, why do we care if dinosaurs are real or fake? Why do we care if Tartaria was really here? Why do we care if the earth is flat or round? Because if they can control shit like that, bro, they can control your whole reality. Real shit. That's as best as I could put it. If you don't question, nobody's gonna question, and somebody's gonna start doing, and they're gonna start effing you over in your life because you don't question. You don't question, you're easy to move, you easy to control, you easy to all of that, bro. That's just my opinion. So when we see these things of why this was made and it's here to cover this up, some people don't care. I see it all the time, especially when we go down certain parts of history. We start uncovering the dark parts of history, I see a lot of people run and clam up. People don't want to hear that. Then if people don't want to know the full amount of history, they really don't want to be woke. They really don't want to tap into what reality really is. They don't. Because if they did, they're not going to pick and choose what come their way. When you go down this path of seeking truth, you're going to have to uncover the uncomfortable truth. Some of it's comfortable because you wanted it to be. Some of it is things that your people's told you, your family told you, that you got to let go. Some people ain't ready to let go. That's why it's like you can't spend your time arguing with certain individuals. You can't. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts.
Rashad, Jamal, you ain't think I was gonna find out? This whole entire time you've been sitting in front of a laptop while your whole following believes that you were sitting behind bars in a jail cell?
YouTube, what up, though? This is Jermaine the Credit Fiend right back at you. I don't know, I'm not a tax expert. I'm not a financial expert. I'm just sharing a video, people, for discussion, for mature audience only, okay?
Peace to the guys and goddesses of Planet Kai. I feel it.
You want to have that home? Go get it. But you got to do what it takes to get it.
This is why they feared us. This is how we tapped into that chaos.
Rashad Jamal is not locked up, contrary to what the reports have stated. He's actually out here playing a role by the name of Jermaine the Credit Fiend, who specializes in credit knowledge, tips, and consultations. So to all my Rashad Jamal followers out there, let me ask you a question. Do you want the truth or do you want to be a follower? I'm about to see if that third eye is really open like y'all say it is. I could give a fuck about y'all feelings. I'm here to give y'all the real. And you want to know what the real is? Both of these YouTube channels started on the 11th of the month that they chose. That's right, the 11th. Out of all the days in a month, you mean to tell me both of these chose the 11th to start their YouTube channel? Rashad Jamal started his Cosmic Intelligence channel on 6/11. Jermaine the Credit Fiend started his channel on 9/11. And the months are displaying duality, because when you flip the 6 upside down, you get a 9. You flip the 9 upside down, you get a 6. Like I said, after this video, you are either going to hate me or you are going to love me. But one thing is for certain, you are going to go to Jermaine the Credit Fiend's YouTube channel and see if it's Rashad Jamal. I promise you.
Welcome to SBT, Spiritual Basic Training with Divine A Insight.
Let me get y'all hip to who y'all man truly is and who he works for. He calls himself Divine Insight, right? From such and such galaxy, right? So answer me this, for the ones who understand gematria. Why does Divine Insight match skull and bones in 3 out of 4 ciphers? You gonna sit here and tell me that's a coincidence? No. That's a secret society. He's showing you who he works for through his name in the cosmos. You do know that every single last one of your presidents are part of that Skull and Bones Society, right? Exactly. But let's not stop there. I want you to look at something.
But they did not specify exactly where this was located. But as far as the alleged cult leader goes, police say the individual is Rashad Jamal, and right now he's serving an 18-year prison sentence. He was...
So all y'all die-hard supporters of Rashad Jamal, y'all remember when he got accused of being a cult leader on the news, right? Well, I want y'all to listen to what Jermaine the Credit Fiend had to say off the random, out the blue.
And I'm able to bless others. See, right? If I get my blessings, I'm able to bless others. That's how you keep it going. Okay, it's not about religion. I don't do that cult stuff. All right, I'm just trying to be a good person.
Do I really have to explain to y'all what just happened in those last 2 slides? Do I really have to go into detail of why a credit consultant shouldn't be saying anything about running a cult when the first character has already been accused of running a cult? I wouldn't expect y'all to know who this is, because this is Rashad Jamal's second character. He only got 8,000 subscribers on YouTube, right? But the fact still remains, when they are doing certain things like this, it's called universal law. They have to tell you, they have to put it out there, or they're going to receive karmic debt. Your man is a plant, if you can't tell by now. But I'm gonna give you some more evidence on top of that. His first name, Rashad, that equals 39. His character's first name, Jermaine, that also equals 39. And Rashad Jamal's birthday is the day that leaves 39 days left in the year. That is an industry plant. That is a created player. Generated name, generated birthday. Numbers do not lie. Rashad Jamal's IG handle, I am Rashad Jamal, that equals 111. Jermaine Credit Fiend equals 111. Rashad, his first name, equals 111. 111 is a psychological operation number, okay? And I'm gonna also connect the dots with this next slide right here. Last year on 11/1, he drops a song called Come Through. It just all connects with him. Again, he has to tell you what he is doing. Look at psychological operation. It equals 111, right? Shout out to Conscious Juice for exposing this thinking man's pose. Your man has been doing it in all of his pictures. I don't know why y'all can't see it by now. And Aleister Crowley in the middle is doing it as well. Who else did that pose? Malcolm X? Yeah, a lot of these people are plants. It is really at that point where we just gotta wake up. It's no more holding your hand, no more. Ain't nobody gonna spare you, ain't nobody gonna save you but yourself. These are just everyday photos, right? Nigga covering up one eye, nigga covering up his mouth. But see, somebody like me that's been studying all this before, you cover up one eye, that's one eye symbolism. You cover up your mouth, that's the vow of silence. The same vow that they took to not speak on what they are doing. First and foremost, I got to thank my man Cootie Brown. He is one of the main reasons why I had to do this video. And if it wasn't for him, man, I wouldn't have known that this other character had existed for Rashad Jamal. So now y'all all know. Now y'all can all thank Cootie Brown for finding this shit out. Much love, Cootie, for real. Also got to thank Remedy H, Brother Wisdom on YouTube. He was one of the first people that I seen interact with Rashad Jamal and honestly brought out that real character or that fake character of Rashad Jamal. And it just opened my mindset up to what's really going on out here. So much love, Brother Wisdom, man. Nigga, let me talk to that soul that you used to have. Rashad, Jermaine, Credit Fiend, Divine Insight, whatever the you want to call yourself, this shit is over with. The game is over with. This is the death of the conscious community and the rise of the nine ethers. Y'all niggas are done. We're done listening to you. I got it from here. BY is real. Nice to meet you. This shit is over with. Because, see, you played a deadly game. See, now people know who you are. They're going to come to that YouTube channel and ask you, why the you did what you did? Why you take that deal? Why you set the people that you sold us out? This shit personal between me and you because my people turned on me because of you. But it's good now. Because now it's all out in the open. I'm going to let you answer them questions because they are coming. I'm sending them to your YouTube channel. You played a deadly game. And as far as your minions go, tell them do not come for me because I'm ready for that type of energy. If you are still a strong, diehard supporter of Rashad Jamal after watching this whole entire video, then you deserve to go sinking with that sucker ass nigga. What did y'all think was going to happen? We was just going to get a free ride to our awakening? You didn't think that these oppressors was going to have people that look just like us to try to guide us down the wrong path? Look at everybody that they gave you. They gave you Young Pharaoh. They gave you Rashad Jamal. They gave you 19 Keys. They gave you Billy Carson. They gave you Dr. Umar. They gave you Isis Wisdom. They gave you Brother Polite. All clowns. Playing for the other side who sold you out for a check. They didn't give you BY is real though. You want to know why? Because I'm about to take this. It's the death to the conscious community. I got it from here. And with that being said, my name is BY is real. I don't do conspiracies. I do real ass information. That Jay-Z outro.
Yo, I just said, sometimes if you coming down this lane of truth, you gotta uncover the uncomfortable truth. And y'all know I've been yelling for Rashad Jamal for a minute, bro. Since day one. I just took it. And I smiled about it because I'm learning, bro. I'm learning. I don't never hold on to nothing too tight to where I feel like I gotta be insulting to other people based off how I feel of what they are saying. Nah, bro. I'ma look a little deeper. Coincidences? Do we believe in coincidences? Hell no, we don't believe in coincidences. So that's why we gonna look deeper, bro. I don't think BY is real is too far off. I don't think he lying. That's why we gonna look deeper. I'm not for sure, but I'm gonna go ahead and say BY is real. He typically be on point. So if his work typically be on point, he lines up a lot of coincidences and we don't believe in coincidences. Oh, you gotta go pick up them breadcrumbs and go down that path, bro. You gotta go learn. You gotta go look. That's how I feel. He named a whole lot of names. And a lot of those names are questionable. Not to say they didn't start off great. They ain't legends, but we done heard a lot of things on a lot of those names he said. I see a lot of comments on a lot of the names he said. I really see Billy Carson's name. Y'all, I don't know why y'all don't like him that much. Y'all be going at him. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Y'all let me know y'all opinions. Shout out to BY is real.
This is what each zodiac sign needs to know when it comes to Mercury retrograde happening July 17th. And we're in the shadow period of it right now. Number 1, Pisces. Pisces, your focus needs to be career, money, and health. In that order. Set some routines and make sure you rest. Don't overwork yourself. Aries, the areas of friendship and relationships are at the forefront. So try to avoid a lot of miscommunications when it comes to those different types of relationships. Aquarius, this may be the time for you to revisit an old idea that you had that you put off or you put to the side. Because it's time for you to incorporate that creative side that you keep avoiding. Taurus, home and family are at the forefront. There are some old, unfinished family issues that need to finally be handled. Capricorn, intimacy, structure, transformation. And when I say intimacy, you know what I mean. That has been a huge hindrance in your life in different ways. And when it comes to transformation, it's time for you to finally break out of that old version of yourself. You already know this though. Go to part 2.
If you live in the Pennsylvania area, stay safe. As of right now, the whole Pennsylvania area is experiencing outages, y'all, where you can't call the feds. This shit crazy, y'all. Let's say if you was really in an emergency, you dialed 911 and you proceeded to call, and that joint was like, sorry, we can't help you. What are you gonna do? Everybody in the Pennsylvania area got this alert. As y'all see, you can see what it say right there. So imagine you just had your phone in your pocket and then your phone go off, and then that joint pop up. And the crazy thing is, nobody know why it's down. So y'all, if it can happen in Pennsylvania, it can happen anywhere. And you gotta ask yourself, what if this happened statewide? What if it happened globally? Are you prepared? You gotta start thinking about that. Because like I said, shit like this can happen. You gotta always be prepared for the unthinkable. So as of right now, they're scrambling to try to get the joint up and running again. I mean, obviously. They said some spots in Pennsylvania you are able to call now because they got it up and running a little bit. But they said if it's not an emergency, don't call. So the other things I be asking myself is, was this a glitch or was this a quiet test? Do y'all ever wonder if people is watching to see how others react to certain situations? A lot of people don't know what to do in a situation when they're trying to call 911 and they can't get through. Hopefully they get this all fixed real soon. We don't want nobody to be going through a real emergency and can't. So y'all stay prepared and stay alert. And y'all let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments.
To me, like the beginning of a purge.
So we're going to start this statement with, if you live in any part of the country that is not Texas, if you are in America and you live in any part of this country that is not Texas, the ocean told me to tell you to get to Texas. Don't let that go over your head. Let's continue that statement. You guys see all the interesting floods that are happening around the country right now, where the water rose 20 feet within 4 minutes. Well, the map, and some of you guys know what the map I'm speaking of. Let's just say the map and the ocean told me to tell you to somehow get to Texas. And whether that be in 2025 or whenever, find your way to Texas. There's a reason why the billionaires, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, the people with a lot of money, there's a reason why they are buying property in Texas. And I think some of you guys, if you don't know what I'm speaking about, go over to my Instagram page and you will have deeper, more information on why I'm saying you should be finding your way to Texas as soon as possible. I'm out.
Naturally float, you can't drown. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Look at me. I'm in the Dead Sea, yo. Oh my gosh. So, that's Israel over here. This side is Jordan. I can't believe that I'm literally floating in the Dead Sea. You have to have your slippers on because the salt is sharp as knives. If you stand up in this Dead Sea barefooted, you'll possibly really hurt yourself. There's so much salt that there's no animals that can live in this water. Look at this, the infamous Dead Sea, no animals.
Living a life, bro. Taught me something new though.
Let me tell y'all a true story. Be simple and watch this video to the end. Not even a bear wants McDonald's. TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's go. Look, you don't want it, guys. This is ridiculous. This says a lot. I'll take a double cheeseburger with mac sauce, no pickles. Come on! Now he takes the burger out of the sandwich. Look. Just a burger. Nope. He doesn't want it. Mind you guys, this is a bear. Are you kidding me? Look, he's like, get out of here with that. You see his hand? Oh man, I'm telling you guys. Wow. Stop playing with me, son. TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know why that bear didn't eat that, because I eat McDonald's all the time. As a matter of fact, I had a sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin this morning. Shh. Shut up! You see what it is, guys? And you still eating that? Let me guess, you getting the $5 special? Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game out here, guys, and not even the Bears want it, but you seem to want it. Every time I drive by, it's packed. You know why? Because that food is great. Stop playing with me, son. I think I'm gonna get some tonight, guys. What about you? Is that a game out here, guys? The bears don't want it. Mind you, a bear will eat anything. Bear eats animals alive. You seen it. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game out here, guys. And there's one thing that bears don't like, and that's McDonald's. But I'll tell you one thing. If I ever go like this to a bear with McDonald's, and he doesn't want it, I don't blame him.
So look, they say humans is in fast food, Soylent Green, right? My question is, I'm thinking they putting chemicals and shit like that in the food as well if it's human meat. This for entertainment purposes. None of what I said was true. That was all made up. But if that was the case, there's more getting put in that food, bro. To where the bear is like, nah, I definitely don't want it. Let me know y'all thoughts. We seen dogs do it. We seen bears do it. I'm sure there's other animals we seen do it too now. But, I mean, that's what I'm leaning towards. It's human meat, but they adding chemicals and shit like that into it as well. Is that a reach? Y'all let me know y'all thoughts.
Did y'all hear what's going on with the people in China? Well, let me show y'all what's going on in Southeast Asia, because this is exactly what I do best, right? At 12 noon, this thing popped out of Southeast Asia, specifically around the China-Vietnam area. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Look at the wonder of this. Here is another angle of it. People are sky. This is the smoky god. You can only see it when there's a little bit of smoke around it. Others call it Nibiru, the black sun, planet X, whatever you want to call it, but it's causing some problems for the people in China. At first, we take it to the streets of China. We show you proof that the heat is not playing out there. 56 degrees Celsius, that is 130-degree weather, y'all. When I tell you that people were literally passing out due to heat exhaustion. It's so hot out there that people are dropping water on the rebar, and you can see the steam and the heat that's coming off the rebar. The people in China was literally grabbing water left and right, up and down, because if not, then they were going to pass out due to the heat exhaustion. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, heat is the #1 killer, right? Look at this, y'all. They created a pool. This guy's got an ice water pack tied to the back, because it is so hot out there. This is at 10 a.m. in the rising in China, y'all. Look at this. This is crazy. Nobody's talking about this. This guy's passing out on the moped. This is crazy, y'all. When I say the sun is changing, you see what it's doing, y'all. Stay hydrated, y'all, because as y'all can see, people are literally passing out. But nobody's talking about this in China, man. They don't want people to know what is going on, man. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. The shift is here. We've been telling y'all. Let's get it. Peace in.
Damn, prayers in China. That shit crazy, the sun whooping ass like that.
Lauren found a portal.
Here we go, guys. We're gonna open it. We're gonna show you what's here. Could be gremlins.
Oh my god.
Could be fairies and unicorns.
Or
it could just not.
Or it could be an interdimensional, right? Yes. Let's explore. We hug rocks around here.
How are we calling anything a conspiracy in 2025? The CIA admitted to dosing people with and MKUltra is real. UFO is being declassified by the Pentagon. It only took, 60 years and 80,000 pages to prove JFK was taken out by our own government? Hunter Biden's laptop was real, even though 51 intelligence officials told us it wasn't. The CIA admitted to putting certain substances into black neighborhoods in the 80s. They tried to get MLK to unalive himself. They've faked events to get us into wars. Fully exposed. Never happened. Weapons of mass destruction. Gulf of Tonkin. Epstein apparently unalived himself, but the cameras just happened to stop working at that time. Ghislaine Maxwell convicted of nobody to nobody. Diddy is now allegedly funding Mosquito, released. The Lahaina fires somehow skipped all of the rich land. So to the people who are calling others conspiracy theorists, you are not protecting the truth. I think you're just uncomfortable with how much of the truth is really coming to light.
My grandma met the devil, story time. So when grandma was in her late teens, she had a child out of wedlock and this man abandoned her. So at this point, her parents were pushing her to get married to someone new. That's how it was back then. She's sitting in the old Chevy with her friend at a burger place when this really tall, dark, very attractive man walks up behind the car, stops, turns around and comes back to her window and leans in. My grandma was very modest, but she openly admitted this was the most attractive man she had ever seen in her entire life. He didn't even look real. She didn't even think people could look this way because he was so perfect, so handsome. He was about 6'5", 6'6" tall. He had jet black hair, bright green eyes, big lips, and pretty white teeth. He was dressed in all black. Black coat, black shirt, black pants, and black shoes. So he leans down in the window and they start talking. He says his name is Sammy, he's new to town, and he's just trying to make some new friends. So my grandma and her friend, being the sweet, kind people they were, they invite him to come sit down and have a burger with them. It was her. He didn't say 2 words to her friend, so she thought maybe he liked her. And they ride off and ride around town all night, just talking and hanging out. Here's where it starts to get weird. Grandma said when she went to drop him off, she asked him, "Where do you stay?" He said, "Well, I don't have a home, I just came to town." She said, "Well, where do you want me to take you?" And he had her drop him off at the graveyard. He was like, "I don't know that I really want to go out there, and because that's just a scary place, even in the daylight." He was like, "Well, just take me to the end of the road." So she drops him off at the big gate. Now, she did not tell this man where she lived, but the next day around 12 o'clock, he comes walking up the driveway, and her mom's sitting there on the porch, shelling butter beans, and she's like, "Hey, there's some tall guy walking up the driveway." Grandma's like, "Oh, that's Sammy, the man I met last night." So by now, her friend and her mother have both seen this man. He's real. But most importantly, he was dressed in all black. So Sammy walks up where grandma, her mom, and the little toddler are sitting on the porch shelling butter beans, and Sammy asks grandma out on a date. So my grandma looks over at her mom, and her mom's like, "Yeah, go ahead, I'll watch the baby." Remember, he came up walking, but now they're driving in her car. So he tells grandma along the way that he's made a little picnic out in the graveyard. And grandma, being the kind person that she was, didn't want to be disrespectful or ungrateful, so she agreed to go. They go out to the graveyard where she sees there is no picnic. He lied. There's no blanket, no food, no nothing. And now he's asking her all these personal questions, mainly about her faith and personal belief. He starts talking about religion. Do you go to church? What do you believe in? And then he starts debating with her a little bit about Christianity. Grandma always admitted she was never a perfect Christian. She sinned a lot. She made a lot of mistakes. But grandma, being a faith warrior that she was, you could not dilute her faith. Like, she would fight you all day long about her God. She wouldn't push it on you, but if you debated her, she would defend it. Then Sammy asked grandma, "Were you in love with the man you had that child by?" Grandma said, "Oh yeah, I thought we were going to get married. I fell head over heels for him." And Sammy said, "I know when you're lying." It really freaked her out, though, that he called her out on it like that. She could just see something in his eyes, like he knew she wasn't telling the truth, so she admitted, "No, I wasn't in love with him." The truth that everybody didn't know was grandma and the baby daddy didn't even know each other. They had like a 1 or 2 night stand, got pregnant, and then because they didn't want to look bad, they told everybody they met, fell in love, were going to get married, and then the man abandoned her because he got cold feet. Sammy says, "But you weren't going to marry him either. He wasn't the only one with cold feet, was he?" Grandma was like, "Wait, we're the only 2 people who know what happened. How do you know that?" And Sammy loudly says, "I know everything." Then he tells her, "I want you to come be with me." He said, "You leave your child behind. It's just going to be you and me forever." And grandma says, "Leave my child? I would never leave my child for anyone." And he says, "Yes, you would. You will for me." He said, "I know for a fact you would leave your child and your whole family to be with me." Grandma responds, "No, hell I wouldn't. I would never leave my child for anyone." But mentally, in her mind, she admits she would. Like, there's a weird little feeling in her mind that says she would leave her child because it feels like he's persuading her to think or feel that way. Trigger warning. Then he tells her he wants to know that she'll do anything for him, even if that means unaliving people, and he'll give her whatever her heart desires. And now she's terrified. Something was telling her, you're dealing with something very serious here, like a serial killer, a demon, something's going on, and it's not good. You better hear. So she jumps up to leave, and then he pulls her back down and says, "You can't leave until we're finished. You have to say yes or no." He says, "I know you need a partner and a father for your child." She said, "You said if we were together, I'd be abandoning my child." He said, "Well, that would be a stipulation of the deal." She said, "It sounds like you're trying to trick me." He said, "Well, some people do call me a trickster." He said, "All you have to do is agree to be with me. Just say the word yes, say it." She said, "No, I'm not making a deal, no." And then she starts thinking about the story her great-grandmother used to tell her about the man in black. So the man in black story dates back as far as we can remember, all throughout the southern states. And it's a very attractive man who dresses in all black and targets female victims of all ages, asking them to do his bidding or trying to make a deal. They call him a trickster for a reason because his deals never end well, never, and people believe that he's actually trying to take souls. So she used to wear this pendant that her mom gave her. It wasn't a cross, it was something else. So she grabs it and starts mentally praying, please don't let nothing happen to me or my child, please protect us, because she's starting to freak out. She's scared. He backed up and said, you're never going to agree to it, are you? And she said, no, you should know that if you know everything. But he stands up, looks down at her, and she said his pupils got so big his eyes looked black, like they were almost solid black. He said, too bad we couldn't make a deal, but I will see you again in a few years. She said, no, you won't. He said, yes, I will. And then he disappeared as he walked behind the graves. She got so scared, her hands were shaking, her palms were sweating, almost about to throw up, so she got in the car and headed home. The whole way home, she kept thinking she was mentally breaking down, like, was he even real? Did this happen? And then when she gets home, her mom says, well, how did the date go with Sammy? And she's like, so he is real. You did see him. And her mom was like, yeah. Where is he? What happened? And then she tells her mom, and her mom was like, holy shit. So her mom, being the religious fanatic that she was, takes grandma and the baby down to the river and has the preacher baptize them all over again because she thinks the devil's after them. Grandma said she don't know if he was a psycho, a serial killer, or a demon, but what she does know is he's real and he was there. And what's crazy, he was right. She saw him again 10 years later and he hadn't aged a bit. He came to her at her lowest point when her current husband was abusing her and her children. If you want to hear about that, I'll make a part 2.
True. I'll go first. So y'all gonna sit here online to today's internet saying that these ladies went out to space. I mean, look at the way that they're dressed. Now, this is before they actually went in the shuttle, but they ain't got no helmets on. They ain't got no bodysuit to convince me that y'all actually went up to space. But y'all gonna sit here on today's internet and say that these ladies went on this spaceship that it don't even look like a spaceship. It looks like somebody's ding dong, okay? You got Katy Perry acting like she owns something, looking at a dandelion, and then you got these rest of the girls after they're done with this alleged fiasco, which we're gonna call some movie set. They acting as if they all just took something. I don't know, guys. I don't know what you guys think, but I find this a disgrace to the people who actually went out to space. Because now y'all telling us that money buy anything. Y'all buying these lies? I'm not.
Y'all, why does this ground meat look like people? Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Okay, now, look at this ground meat. Ground beef. Look, boom, boom. Now, look at this. Like, that mold? I can't make this shit up. And is that mold? Is that mold? Oh my god, oh my god, yep. No, walking away. Walking away.
Look, you see it's $3 meat, bro. I think it's $3 or $2 meat. What you expect? Yeah, it do look like human meat, but what do you expect, bro? It's $2 to $3. Like, the meat gonna be like, you know, it's gonna be like that. That looked like it was at Food's Co. Y'all let me know. That shit crazy. That's crazy. It looked completely different. But hey, people gonna still, some people have to eat it. Some people don't have no other choice. Some people, they you know, they struggling to that point. Times is hard out here, bro. So I ain't gonna knock you if that's what you gotta do. If that's what you gotta do, I ain't gonna knock it, bro. I ain't gonna talk shit about it. Cause I was once there where I had to do certain things as well too. But let's just try to do better if we can. If we can. And don't ingest that. If you see that, man, try your hardest to not do that. There's other routes. Like, there's so many recipes out here. Like, we could find other ways, bro. But that shit, don't put that in your body, bro. Please.
Only one that's loving how the older millennial is being exposed. Now listen, everyone does dirt, no one's out there perfect, you know, and it's good to be accountable, be authentic. People know what I do. I tell people what I do. I'm all authentic. People know I sniff some eyes or whatever, you know what I mean? But that's something that keeps me off of dope. But when it comes to you portraying to be something, and then lying about your DUIs and talking about how your charges got dropped, I have seen a lot of reactions to people looking up, public records on the older millennial. And yeah, he's a piece of shit. What you thought? Anyone who's pushing red or blue shit is a piece of shit. They're paid. They have an agenda to keep us divided. That's why I don't mess with Harry Sisson. I don't mess with none of those great debaters. All of them on the Democratic side. It's crazy. Or Republican. It doesn't matter. All of y'all are trash. And I love how by showing y'all fakeness, your not being authenticness, people are waking up. By the darkness coming to the light. So older millennial, bruh, you like to drink, own it. You went to jail, own it. Those charges did not get dropped, own it. I've been to prison, bro, who cares? People will respect you when you don't try to portray an image and you just keep it real. They will respect you. But hey, the second you lie on who you are, oh, they on your ass. Pause.
I thought it would be cool. What if we started a trend where we show our clouds where we live? I think that's really cool. These are my clouds right here. They look nice.
So a fire broke out at the Grand Canyon, but not just any fire. Honey, if you know some things about the Grand Canyon, they say you can go through the Grand Canyon and you can get to Africa, okay? If you know anything about what is coming to pass and what is being discovered, is they are saying that America is actually ancient Egypt, and they flip the maps and all this stuff. At the Grand Canyon, you can see the Isis temple, you can see the Buddha temple, you can see all of these different things that are in the Grand Canyon that are supposed to be in Africa, okay? But you can see them at the Grand Canyon. So, the Grand Canyon is on fire, part of the Grand Canyon. But let me tell you what's burning. White sage. White sage is burning at the Grand Canyon, cleansing out the air. Why would white sage be burning at the Grand Canyon? We don't know, but let's just be grateful for the cleansing because, honey, it needed it.
So I seen a comment that says sage is not good to use. So do you think the 1% or the government went to the Grand Canyon and burnt the white sage? Because if it was not good to use, I don't think the earth would be doing it. God gave us everything we needed on this earth. Everything we needed is on this earth. Not man-made. It's made by God. He put it here. So if there's white sage burning and nobody did that, let's say the 1% of the government didn't do that, and it's just Earth doing its natural selection. It's naturally doing what it's supposed to be done. Is sage still bad? Or now is white sage not bad, and the other sage you get out the store is bad? Let me know your thoughts. I think that whole thing is a good thing. It's cleansing. But if you disagree, that's perfectly fine. We don't have to go to war. We still family. Like I always say this.
A person who's comfortable being alone is a dangerous person. If you disrespect them, they'll walk away. If you overstep their boundaries, they'll cut you off. If you try to manipulate or threaten to leave them, they'll gladly hold the door open for you without a single, because they don't need you in their life. They choose to let you be in it. And that right there make them visible.
Let that man cook.
Hold on. So you telling me that 2 people had to permanently lose their vision before Walmart decided to recall 850,000 of those water bottles? Thursday, July the 10th, 2025, Walmart received 3 reports from 3 different customers stating that when they tried to open a water bottle, the lid struck them in their face. Out of those 3 reports, 2 of those customers have lost their vision permanently. The water bottles that got recalled are the 64-ounce Ozark Trail stainless steel insulated water bottles. And they've been getting sold at Walmart since 2017. So if any of y'all out there have those water bottles, return them to Walmart for a full refund. ASAP.
He praying over that thing. At least you got the kids praying.
All right. They asked me to show you this. This is a subtropolis. You don't know about this place. Show the outside of this place. It's got this fake truck stop right here. Look, let me show you. Brand new Pilot PJ Fresh, so you know it's new. This is all the truck parking there is here. This truck stop ain't meant for sleeping. I'll show you what's on the back side of this truck stop. This is what they don't show you. Look, it goes right into the caves. You go through the truck stop and you get into these caves that go any country you can get to through these caves. I'll take you to the entrance. I tried to get fuel here once in the truck, and I can't get a fuel card that'll work here. It's not for sleeping. That place right there, it's not for sleeping. It's for fueling up and going over here. Look, I'll show you these flags of every country you can get to through this tunnel. That's the entrance right there. I've been in there before, but security chased me. There's security right there too. But look at all the countries you can get to from inside that cave. From inside this cave here too. Right there. All these countries you can get to from right here. Inside there. I've been in there before. I wanted to film in there, so I brought my wife and my kids with me so they wouldn't arrest me. They just thought we were looking for something cool to look at. It goes in all the way miles and miles, and then it breaks off. There's stores, there's everything you need down there. Right there. And someone's coming right there. Yeah, they'll chase you out. They don't talk about this place out there. They don't talk about the fake truck stop. Fake railroad tracks right here. This gate closes here. There's 2 different gates here. There's like a little gate there you'd see in a house, and then there's gates here. It's really weird. If you try to park your truck right there, there's a security guard right there in that police thing. They won't let you park your truck there unless you can prove you got business. How do you prove that? Gotta get to work.
Wait. Did he say where that was at? I'm like blown away by that whole clip, bro. Because we saw Subtropolis before and they put it on the news. Y'all remember that clip? But then we never seen nobody going outside of it. That's crazy as shit. See, we can't have nothing like that in California. Not visibly known and noticeable. We can't have shit like that. And the reason why is because, bro, like, y'all see on the news how California get down. California is like the West Coast, Arizona, Vegas, all that, bro. LA, Cali, Northern California, bro. All that shit is like the wild, wild west. Like, it's crazy out here sometimes. And the people, we kind of wild sometimes, bro. I'm going to just say that in a respectful manner. I mean that respectfully. If I can even say that respectfully. But it's like, yeah, like, bro, California, it get crazy. And the people out here, we don't really follow laws and rules too well. All the way from traffic. You gonna catch You drive here, if you drive 5 minutes in California for a second, bro, we done broke every traffic law you can imagine. From DUIs to speeding tickets to just a whole lot of shit. We're a lot freer out here. So that's why I think we can't have shit like that here. And if it is, it has to be hidden a lot more. A lot better than that. Cause people gonna be going up in there on high speeds, all types of shit, bro. Trust me. Nah, you can't. I would even have went up in there. I'm
getting sick or anything, I just know it's imperative to go raw. And that's how I've raised my kids. They know as soon as they get sick, they've been eating quite a lot of cooked or processed food. The number one thing to improve their diet, I would say, to increase the amount of raw organic food that you consume.
I ain't heard that one before.
What happened to Serena Williams? That doesn't even look like the same person at all. Also, Serena is starting to look a little, if you know where I'm going with that. And I would just leave it to your imagination. But let's just say she's, and I use that term lightly. Again, you tell me what is going on here, because Serena is looking a little bit, kind of like me, if you catch my drift where I'm going with this. She's looking like a dude. I mean, come on, you tell me what's going on here, because this doesn't look like the same individual. And again, she's looking rather manly. What do you think?
I hate saying that about them too. I hate saying that.
How much did you pay for your first house?
$18,000 for 17 acres.
What year?
1989. When I was a kid, cars were thousands of dollars. A brand new car, like, I don't know, $5,000. I remember seeing ads. Houses were probably, what, $10,000, $20,000 when I was a kid. A dollar used to actually be worth something. But what happened? You know what happened in 1913? Federal Reserve. Look at a dollar bill. Federal Reserve note. Okay? Who's Federal Reserve? This is their money. Right? Who are they? Are they feds? Are they part of the government? Are they a private organization? Are they run by banksters out of Europe? Look back in 1913. See what happened.
I'm looking to. We got to say.
The money. Look up Federal Reserve. It's on your dollar. It's on your dollar bill. What does it mean? Who is it? Who started it? Are they us? Are they the U.S. government? Or are they something else? Big deal, man.
If you're in PA, your best bet is to stay in the house tonight, because they just gave a PSA that's saying that there is no 911 service in Pennsylvania. And I just saw numerous videos with people saying that they think this is a setup. Some people are even saying that they feel like it might be some type of purge situation, if you know what I mean. Now you gotta ask yourself, at a time like this, when there's extra drama in PA, garbage isn't being picked up, people are frustrated, and they just randomly say that you won't be able to contact 911 today. Okay, so what if you have an emergency? What if someone gets sick and they need an ambulance? Or what if it's a fire? I've never heard them say that you can't contact 911. I've never heard them say that if you try and call 911, 911 won't respond. If you're in PA, please be safe, because like I said, once again, you never know what might happen today. Today just might be that day where you need 911 and you won't be able to get in touch with 911. If you're in Pennsylvania, stay in the house. Stay away from anything that'll bring danger, because the police won't be coming to you today. I'm out.
What is that now? It's definitely unidentified. It's definitely flying. And it's definitely an object. Could be military. Could be aliens. I don't know. Shabadoo.
The legend Joe Gillespie the Great came again, bro. But yeah, the PSA in Pennsylvania, I'm not sure how recent that was, but yeah, it sounded like a setup, bro. They testing that. Didn't that happen somewhere else too? If I'm not mistaken, it was like a smaller town in the south, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody correct me. But that's a setup, bro. That's a test run. Just for entertainment purposes. None of what I said is true. But it's a test run. They want to see how the public gonna relate to that. It just don't make no sense to me. It don't. Sound like the Purge. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts and opinions, man. Spam it up. Y'all know we made it to the end of this, and if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7, and this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But if you watch it on your TV, whatever the case is, I wish you a smooth 7 as well. Love y'all, Collective, and until I see y'all in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, yeah, I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably